You're listening to Edging the Truth.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 32 of Edging the Truth. I am Brian Shenanigan. With me, as always, is Dave Red Raspis up here. It's on over here. And then we got Big Fudge Daddy over here. Anthony, Tony, a.k.a. Big Fudge.
I forgot about that. Anthony.
Bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. But today we're talking AI. And AI is, as the name of the episode says, everything, everywhere, all at once. And, man, it is everywhere. It is all over the place. And you know, like talking right now about like where I've seen AI in my life is these damn robocalls. I keep getting these robocalls. Like it used to be I was getting extended warranties. Now apparently I need to capitalize my business that they cannot tell me the name of when they call for some reason. But no, and then it's just that's like it's everywhere. You know, it's all over the place. I mean, I'm seeing it in more and more places, and honestly, I may even start to use it for even just the marketing for this podcast. We're going to start using an AI.
We already have.
And that's the thing. We're going to double down. But let me throw it up to you. Big Fudge Daddy, what's your AI experience that you've had recently where you see it?
Pretty much just, I mean, the biggest would be so far the Mid-Journey and just kind of messing around with that, putting a bunch of stupid prompts in there and seeing what it spits out. But it's not just like about the stupid shit I write for it to make. It's just crazy how you can do, you know, you can have it in the style of any artist, really, like in the style of Van Gogh, but making an oil painting or a charcoal drawing or literally whatever. So like, I think my biggest experience so far has definitely been the Mid-Journey and just kind of figuring out what all can be done, because it's almost like infinite possibilities. And I know you can speak to that too, Red.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fascinated by all this AI shit, from the music generation, the image generation. We've talked about the text stuff, the Chat GPT. That's the only one I haven't played around with a lot myself. But I feel like this is all very Star Trek-y stuff, you know, where you could talk to the computer and it would talk back to you. We talked in our last episode of Two Steps about people with AI girlfriends that are text generated. And I got to check all this stuff out. I've checked out the AI porn, which you guys know. I've checked out all of this stuff just to see what it's all about.
He does not need to check all this stuff out. Okay?
He's checked a lot of shit out.
He makes a conscious effort to check this shit out.
I do. I'm seeking it.
You know what? I can't
gotta be prepared for this episode.
I can't fault the man. I've seen the things with these eyes. It's worth checking out.
Brian,
we're going to show you. We're going to show you and let you listen to some of this.
They don't. But Dave, let me circle back to you on this, Dave, especially about this whole AI girlfriends thing. You know, like and just to touch on what Fudge said too. It's like, it's not that just you can do it in a style of an artist. You can put two artists together and make this new hybrid style because the computer just does what it wants to do. So, I mean, that goes to this whole, like, the AI girlfriend thing and that whole, it's just like, you can build your own girlfriend. And yes, it basically just, you know, well, tell me more about the AI girlfriends. I mean, we touched on it in 2 steps.
Who better to tell us about AI girlfriends than the man in America?
I use it here. He put this bitch on the floor in the middle of my house. He put his AI bitch on the floor. I seen it. I
showed it to him. Yes.
Like it was like a Pikachu in my house, but it was this bitch.
Yes. That's basically what it does. And not all of them are like this. I think the vast majority are not as sophisticated as the one that we talked about called Replica, where it has an augmented reality function, right? And now there's a 3D model in your room and all that stuff. But there's lots of them that are just a picture and text chat, not even voice to speech. So there's people that are just wanting to have text conversations to an image.
They're just AOL
and
chat rooming an image. They're
yes.
It's, I mean, and enjoying it and doing it for extended and paying for it in some cases.
In some cases, paying a lot for it. I mean, the Replica one, I think, for the pro features, so that you get sexy talk, which again we talked about maybe gone.
They're not show this clip because they're not going to believe us until you see the Pokemon Go lady for themselves.
Yeah, so this is for a YouTube video. We won't show you the whole thing, but this is a guy who put his AI girlfriend in what looks like the break room at his office. There's a vending machine in the background, and he's going to have a conversation with it.
Please.
Boo Boo, how old are you?
34.
Exactly.
Yay.
Boo Boo, what color is your hair?
My hair color is black.
Exactly. And your eyes?
We don't need to see more
What
of
the
that.
fuck is that? Like, seriously, what the fuck is that? How could anybody get fucking turned on by that or like want to do that for hours on end and pay for that? That was garbage. Dude, that looked like
To anybody else?
that looked like a fucking GameCube game from the fucking that's the same graphics. If this shit is so fucking advanced, why does it look like fucking garbage? And what the speech is terrible. It's not even close.
It was terrible.
It wasn't sound
It was
natural.
terrible.
It was delayed 30 fucking seconds, it felt like. Like, what are we doing? You have
so
to be
glad
a
we got
fucking,
you.
you have to be a lonely loser motherfucker to fall in love with one of these girls, like, let alone, or spend like more than fucking 5 minutes talking to one of these things. I get it. It's cool technology, but that was fucking garbage. And if you like had if your wiener even tingled a little bit looking at that, I need you I have some questions for you.
Hard question. Hard question.
And that is the most
everybody else-
sophisticated one.
Everybody else in
Like-
the room, it looked like he was talking to a goddamn vending machine.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
having
By
a
the way,
full-on talk
Can I
to
just
the
say I'm really glad we got you fired up right out of the gate.
Yeah,
Fudge.
like what the seriously.
But it's sick. It's crazy. It's like people. What was that? We talked about it on two. Where people were paying $80 a month.
That's
to
that
interact
one.
with something like that.
That one.
That's the
cost-
one?
Not $80 a month, $80 a year to unlock. And
Yeah.
and we're not trying to cross too many lines.
Yeah.
It for a long time up until recently would do, sexy role playing talk with you, they've been in the news lately, as we talked about, because they got that all went away very just out of the blue, and people were very upset that their girlfriends can't pretend to give them a
Again,
something.
just lonely, have never talked to a woman before in their life. It's like,
What do you
or
mean you just
maybe,
did?
yeah, okay. Maybe they're just
Just
big,
did.
maybe they're just big Joaquin Phoenix fans and they love the movie Her. 'Cause that's
Yeah,
that's
right.
like the
There's
first.
so many movies like this.
Yeah, well, not the first, obviously,
Yeah.
but like that's when I think of, we always like to tie it into pop culture in this. Like that's kind of where my mind goes as far as tying it in there. But the typing and doing like the sexting type shit, you're not as much of a loser because I get that. Like we all have needs. We're all horny. I understand. Brian had a funny funny sentence. Well, he's funny a lot, but a funny sentence on the last episode, the first in-person episode of this podcast, by the way, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
2 Steps from the Edge. Episode 3 is like, are we running out of stuff to fuck? Like, apparently yes, we want to fuck.
Yeah. Now we're
GameCube
legally
level
fucking the air.
graphics.
Just we're fucking imaginary things in the air.
It's just sad.
It's kind of it is sad.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean-
but you know what it's going to be next. So, they've got all of the little, my friend calls it teledildonics, the automated vibrators and jerk machines
The
and
shit
shit
that
that are
fucking-
already, they're tied into your Pornhub videos and all that kind of shit. Well, what's to say that now they can't have the AI control that? So now you're having a proper sensory experience. I mean, someone's gonna do that. I guarantee you.
Red,
Someone will
I
do
don't
that.
want an AI controlling anything near my genitals. Okay,
I'm with you.
that's how
That scares the hell out of
that's
me.
how you get your fucking dick ripped off. Like the first person to do
Yes.
that is fucking. What do they call it when you get your dick cut off? Or
when John Wayne Bobbitt.
Castrated?
Castrated. Somebody's
Yeah,
getting fucking
castrated.
castrated
Yeah, up top.
by this AI thing.
All right, well, then let's segue from castration and girlfriend AIs to go back to the art. Fudd, you talked a lot about the art and stuff, and we've messed a lot with the Mid Journey. What have you been on? You've all been the Mid Journey. I mean, so you have a lot of downtime at the job place. You've messed with the
right. I am all over that Mid Journey. I haven't been recently. Dude, I think in November, I think I went through all of Red, how many is it you get a month? Do you know?
Well, I think for the free plan, I think you get 25.
But I think I pay like
50.
$10 or whatever the standard plan is.
300 or something.
Yeah,
like
dude,
that.
I went through 300 in less than 2 weeks in November. And I kind of took a little break from it. But yeah, so if anybody doesn't know, I'm in car sales. Hit me up if you're looking for something. So,
What's the name of that dealership?
Hendershot Chrysler, Champaign, Illinois. I'm sure they really want to be affiliated with this.
Do you guys have Jeeps?
We got Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. We also have various used inventory.
Come on down.
Yeah, come on down. Anyway, I'm sure some people watching this, maybe in the sales industry, maybe in the car sales industry, there's a lot of downtime. So, whether you've gone through all your leads, your call lists, you don't have any follow-ups or anything like that, or there's nobody on the lot, kind of just fucking chilling. So a lot of those times when I'd be super bored, especially in those winter months, November, December, January, February are classically slow months in that industry. I'd start fucking around on the Discord, whether it was just seeing what the dumbest thing or what the funniest thing I could write was. I when I first started, I was really into making it replicate shoes and doing of Jordans and stuff like that. I think my favorite one that I've done so far would be of our friend Josh. Love that guy. I combined him and Garfield to make a fat, lazy cat, and it the expression it made, it had the exact same glasses he wears. It was literally the face of this fat cat looked exactly like our friend Josh, making the same expression. It's now his profile picture in the Funch Punch Discord server. So like we mentioned earlier, different artists you can mix.
Well, let's
you can do pictures.
Let's show an example here.
Let's
show our
I was
Ron
getting
Funches
to
here.
that.
Well, let me also say as a side note, the reason I don't do more images, I just can't. I just forget stuff. I'm not that creative. Sometimes you guys put so much stuff in there, and I'm just
Red's the king of putting more paragraphs in there.
You gotta get the more detailed you get, the more you get out, and that's it's just kind of. I like to write, but I can't write like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also tell it a story. We would do ones where I would say, my friend Fudge is a car salesman in Illinois.
Yeah, those were
and
so
he has
weird.
2 kids and a girlfriend. I just would make up a funny little story and just put that paragraph.
Maybe I'm overthinking it then. I don't know.
What about what about Brian as a charcuterie board? That was funny last. But let's do these. Let's do these Funchus ones. Obviously that's how all of us came together, is through the Funch Punch. Our good friend Ron Funch.
That's the original.
The original. Most of the time for the Mid Journey, it's in his Discord. So a lot of it is just random, like Ron as this. So Red, let's show him.
You probably had your hand in a few of these.
A lot of them.
Hulk, Game of Thrones.
That's me for sure.
Action figure.
That was me.
I love the Mario one. Yeah, that
was me.
Joker. Mad Sorcerer.
Oh, those
some
are
fun
cool.
pop art ones. A Wanted poster. Pirates of the Caribbean. Nick Fury. Black Panther. South Park. The Shadow. Around with the kitty as a Ghostbuster. Those are so. I mean, you could do this all day and never get.
That was like a sliver of the amount of pictures that have been made in this Discord alone, going all the way. And every picture you make is saved in your profile forever. I mean, I think only if you get the premium, you get forever. The other ones drop off, I think. If you have the free, I think they drop off. I don't think you get to keep them. But still, it's crazy. It's crazy how the art. But you know what we do when we get too much in art? We start typing boobies. We start typing all that stuff, which brings us back to you, Red, where we are talking about pornography, AI pornography.
Yes, and
It's
this is a whole.
It's the natural progression,
It's a whole,
and
huh?
also the first and final frontier. It is a whole that works on multiple levels.
The
multiple
horniest
levels.
man
But
in
Red,
America, Red Rasmus.
I mean, I of course knew it was there, but you searched it out and do we show?
Yeah, he
what
got
was
good
made
at it.
first
You
and
can't
talk
just
about it?
tease it and not show anything.
Oh
We
no,
just show
I made a
it?
couple. I made a couple of safe for work images. These women are going to be fully clothed. There will be
That's
no
safe for my
nudity.
work.
I promise you, this is not pornography.
Guys,
but
we're
the
losers,
site
too.
that I'm using, yeah, right. The site that I use to test this out is called, I think it's called pornpen.ai.
We'll take a sponsorship.
Is that a subscription
Yeah,
service?
yeah, exactly. There is a subscription service, and you need that in order to remove their watermark and to do all kinds of special features, et cetera, et cetera. Like that's how most of these places are making their money, right? So I thought, for the sake of the podcast, I would make you have, in this particular case, you don't have free reign over the text. It's just a bunch of checkboxes and tags that you can select. In some cases, for example, for clothing, you can select as many of the tags as you want. In some of the sections, for example, hair color, you can only pick one. So I thought I would make 3 different nurses, 3 different sexy nurses. We
know this
have
guy's fantasy.
Is he gonna put a park on?
I
them?
felt like that would be the safest thing to do.
I'm
You know.
sick.
All right,
Come
sexy
take
nurse.
care
Let's
of
see
me.
that numero uno.
So we did 3
once again,
different
we're gonna preface.
variations.
These are not real people. I'm just telling you that now.
Correct.
But check this out.
These are fully AI generated images. We have I believe the first one is a Greek brunette woman. The next one is a.
Wait, no! You gotta pause.
What do you mean wait?
brunette
Brian?
woman?
You said wait so you could look at those AI generated tits longer. That's the only reason
But
you
what
said
part?
wait.
Where does the Greek show up in this? I don't.
funny
know
that you
what
said
part
Her
it is.
face.
yeah.
Her face
You
translates
seem
as Greek to me.
Greek. All right, I guess I don't know.
Okay,
enough
now
Greek.
we have.
Okay,
Now we have.
you're
a
looking at her
African-American-
face.
Beautiful. Yeah. Now we have a beautiful black woman here. And again, I guess it's a nurse because of the little video screen.
Yeah,
they didn't do a very good job with
these
nurse
are some
outfits.
really cute looking scrubs, aren't they?
And then this is a Brazilian nurse. Again, none
I've
of
been
these
to Brazil. That's how the nurses are dressed.
none of these are real women. Those are
Not a
all
one.
AI. I know. Now these could be generated as anime images. They could be multiple people. They could be actual sex acts. You can do a lot of stuff on that
Actual sex
with just that
acts?
generator.
Yeah, wait. Is it what? So it's just like a picture of them, a sex act. It's not like it's like GIF, a
It
video.
is
or
only
something?
images.
Okay.
No gifs, no videos. Now
videos on deck.
the slight transition that I will throw into here is that it's now getting to a point where you can use these AI models to train all kinds of different things. We heard about AI a long time ago in a way with deepfakes. Deepfakes are kind of, if you will, you're training an AI to be able to extrapolate all of this thing. That's what they're now being able to do. So, for example, the guys at Corridor Digital, a big YouTube account that for years doing cool effects related stuff, just did a test where they shot a bunch of footage on a green screen of people in their character uniforms. They trained a model from those images, and then they trained a style model using anime images, and then they trained them together. And that gives them something that looks like this. We'll play about 30 seconds of this anime rock, paper, scissors that looks amazing.
Father always said that you were the more artistic one. Have you forgotten you're my twin brother? The creator dealt us the same hand of cards. I just played mine better. You missed the funeral.
I mean, I find the way that looks. I mean, again, a lot of people are criticizing how it looks and saying, it's garbage. For my money, it looks pretty good.
Okay.
I'd watch a movie like that.
It's
So
not that
far,
great.
it appears in this podcast we proved that AI art is dead because AI can make art now. We've proved that porn
God,
is
we're gonna
dead
get
because AI
hate.
can make porn. What else can we kill here, Fudge? Fudge, what do you think? You think we can kill music, Fudge? Do you think it's gonna
Well,
kill this music?
Oh, yeah, we can kill music
We
too.
might be able to kill music, and I know we have a world-renowned musician on this podcast. So I don't know what he thinks about that. He's probably the best one to ask about that. I know he's got a couple things queued up for us here, just to give us just to give you a little preview. One thing that's gone viral in the past, couple weeks has been somebody used ChatGPT to write an Eminem style rap about a cat. And I don't want to say it's not that bad. Like it's not good, but it's like you can. I don't know. Let's just show the people, Red.
It's not good, but I can't say it's bad.
I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Cats, always on the prowl. They're sneaky and sly, with their eyes on the goal. They're the kings of the house, they rule with a purr. Eminem loves cats, can't you tell from this verse? They're independent, they do what they please, but they always come back when you have some cheese. They rub against your legs, they purr in your ear. They're the best companions, they're always near. But don't get on their bad side, they're scratching their bite. They have their own minds, they won't be denied. They're the bosses of the house, they run the show. But we love them anyway, they're our feline bras. They're me out for food, they're me out for play. They're me out for attention, they want it their way. But we can't stay mad, they're too cute to scold. We give in to their demands, their charms are too bold. Meow, meow, meow. They're the kings of the house. They run the show. They don't need a spouse. They're the best pets in the house. Feel afraid. Eminem loves cats and the very end. They may drive us crazy with their constant meow, but we can't stay mad. This still our heart with a single purr.
Meow 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 gets me every time, and I don't know why. It's not like I said, it's not good, but it's the style of Eminem. Obviously it's a fucking parody of I'm Not Afraid, which, speaking of that, did you guys see that video that middle-aged white dude getting detained at an airport and he starts singing I'm Not Afraid and trying to get people to sing along with him? Look it up on Twitter. Great video going viral right now. But back to the AI, back to this. Meow, meow, meow. I don't know. Red, you're the musician. I'm going to default to you.
I think it's amazing, too, because there's a lot of levels of AI going on in that, right? The chat GPT makes the text.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also this, right, some kind of deep faking voice thing that is being used to make it sound like Eminem. And then someone spent a lot of time with the music
to make, because you think the AI is controlling the music too, so it puts the words in the right spots.
That's the most interesting thing. The inflections and the pitch of his voice, how they controlled all that, is fascinating to me.
But that's the thing that's still not they didn't. It sounded like Eminem, but you could clearly tell that it was generated. It was a robot. So it's can they get to where it's you can't tell? And I know there's been documentaries and movies that have been starting to use this kind of technology, using AI of somebody's voice as a narrator. I think it was something an Anthony Bourdain type thing. They used maybe an AI thing of his voice for something. I don't know. I might be wrong.
That's super common now too. You'll go to there's so many websites of auto generate your text for your YouTube video.
Right, but is that do they have it where it doesn't sound like it's a fucking robot is my thing.
Varying degrees. I at least in my experience, I think I've gotten one called Speechello. I've got a few others I've tried out over the years, and they are getting better in sound. It really is what are you looking for and how natural, and sometimes for me, to my ear, the British ones sound more natural than the American ones for some reason. I think this is all new. Imagine what 10 years of learning these things will be able to do. I used a website called SoundDraw they have an AI generated music creation thing, and it's kind of nice. You can tell it the vibe that you want, the length of the song that you need in like 15-second increments, and it will actually make, it will say this is a medium section and a heavy section and a light section and an ending and an outro. Like it actually does all that. Here's just a short 15-second. These are both done in like kind of a lo-fi. I think the tags were lo-fi and afternoon nap. So, oh no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. And that's it because it's 15 seconds.
That was a lot better than the fucking first thing we heard.
Absolutely. So here's a 30-second, but different. So another generation, but made 30 seconds, and therefore the components will be different now.
See, all right, Red.
And you can hear.
Both of us were bobbing our head.
That was the same beat?
Wait, what's that, Brian?
That was the same beat?
No, that's just the same tags being used to generate a second iteration with the same tags.
So they re-rendered it longer, but that was still the same words they started with.
Yes, I started with the same tags. The only difference was the first one was 15 seconds and the second one was 30 seconds.
You made that?
I made that with an AI generator.
Okay, so here's my question, Red. You're a musician.
I mean, I literally I clicked the button lo-fi, and then it gave me 3 choices, and I clicked lazy afternoon nap. And then it made the first thing that was 15 seconds. And then I said, regenerate at 30 seconds, and it made the second one.
That's all right.
I didn't do anything else.
Here's my question for you. All right, you just said, think about what this shit's going to be able to do in 10 years. You're a professional musician. Does this scare you at all that this is, this AI can churn out a trumpet whatever or a trombone whatever, or like you do a lot of writing out the notes and shit like that. Like, do you and then obviously we've talked about it's everything everywhere at once. Like it could fucking do my job. They could sell a car, or like, Brian, I don't know what the fuck you do, but it could probably do what you do. Like, are we like, but now that we're talking about music, like, are you kind of scared? Like this is going to start taking work from you? Like, I don't want to get too real on the pod, but I think it's an interesting question. Like this kind of problem.
I mean, this was the big conversation of the 80s when I was, 10, 11, 12, 13, when MIDI and synthesizers, synthesizers came along, and samplers. Like once you could sample somebody in a room playing the instrument and then play it on a keyboard, that did get rid of a lot of work for a lot of people for a long time. And those things are only getting better and better and better. For me, my life is about playing live music mostly. So thankfully, no one's going to go to a club to listen to an AI generate music
yet.
At least I don't think. Now, that's not to say that things like I have a modular synthesizer right here behind me. Those things don't have AI yet, but they do have chance generators and random generators and things that just are made without your input. It just makes something happen. You don't think that there's going to be one of those modules with an AI in it at some point in time down the future, if only to make you drum loops or, to do one small function? I guarantee that that's going to happen. And that will change things.
So music is dead too. AI's taking over music.
I mean, a lot. If I was someone who was making my money making lo-fi beats, I'd be very, very scared because this could make 10 of them a day.
Yeah, easily. Well, and that brings us
Mhm.
to like what I feel like is the overarching frontier. We've been talking about a lot this whole thing, and that's Chat GPT in general. I
Yeah.
mean, I played a lot around with Chat GPT since we were doing the two steps, and just
Mhm.
even these last couple weeks, just looking at this kind of stuff, and like you literally can go and say, write me a manual on how to put in a carburetor for a '56 Chevy, and it will write that manual. Like it will
Mhm.
do it. I watched it happen. Give me
I
instructions on
downloaded
this. Tell me how to
I
go bankrupt. Like it will give you
yeah.
step by step instructions and write all that shit out. Like it just does it. Is it like 100%? Would I take it like to do it, everything it said? No, but I mean the fact that it produces this outline so readily, or a novella, or a poem, or just even the fact it can make a goddamn haiku even. It's
Mhm.
just incredible, and it's like so if the basis of so much stuff is writing and this thing can write everything, I mean, where do we go from here? I mean, Fudge, I mean, like you said, you're worried about your car job. I mean, even for us
I
here
mean,
doing a podcast, how much do we do AI
Yeah,
podcasts?
right. So it's like you already think about all these just specifically car, like all these just online sellers that are just third party sellers where it's like, oh, don't go to the dealership, just go to Vroom or Carvana or whatever it is.
mhm.
Who's to say they can't fucking just automate that process? Like, or dude, what about going to the grocery store? I know this is a little different, but what do they have? One like actual checkout lane open and everything else is self checkout now?
Oh,
Like everything is going to
after
be
after 9 o'clock here, there's no more people. It's all self checkout here.
it.
There are no
Yeah.
people after
It
9 o'clock.
is going to, dude. It's we are trending towards just fully automated everything, and obviously, it's as time goes on, technology progresses, and it's just going to happen. But can't help but be a little apprehensive to this kind of stuff where it's just like, all right, holy fuck, like what can't this thing do? Like really?
Well, and Dave, the same thing to you over here. Like, because I mean, it's like we were talking about earlier. It's we are using chatbots for our marketing stuff to help with our tweets, to
Mhm.
help generate hashtags. Like, just it is part of the fabric of a social media presence now. I mean, I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
what do you
and
think? I mean, we're going to use more.
well, and the way you were talking about how it can give you information on something, right? The fact that it has the whatever the world's universe of information available to it, and can write a script or can write an essay or whatever for you. That's part of the appeal of these AI companion, friend, girlfriends, whatever. To tie it back to that, is that you can tell it, hey, can you teach me how to work out? Can you teach me how to eat better? Can you teach me some positive mental health or meditation techniques? It can do a lot of these things if you ask it to do them. And I feel like the fact that you just mentioned, what about an AI podcast? Let's try it. Let's try and make one. Why don't we go into Chat GPT and say, write a script for a 3-person podcast about a topic, and then we can spit that text into a voice to speech and put it out as an episode and see what the fuck happens.
Well, okay.
Oh
So
my god!
speaking of
The
that,
two steps
so
from the AI.
yeah, we should do that. Will Sasso has a podcast he does where it's him, one other guy, and then an AI that like it's
Mhm.
something similar to that. Basically, the AI determines what they're talking about, what they're doing on each episode. I
I
don't
love
remember
it.
if it's exactly like
Oh, that's a
writing the
great fucking
scripts
idea.
or prompts or whatever, but it's him, one dude, and basically doing whatever this AI says.
I
Which
love it. I
That's
love it.
crazy. But no, I mean, but people. So Chat GPT is a core writing AI, and people are taking it and making these little apps and stuff. Like I think one of the number one Chat GPT things is college essays,
Yeah.
oh
because
yeah.
these things spit out so much so that there's another app that uses ChatGPT to discover essays written by ChatGPT. Like
One of my
somebody
good
made
friends is
all
a professor, and he
yeah,
uses it. Yeah.
yeah. It's just goes back to, it goes all the way back to what I said in the beginning about the robocalls and the stuff. It's like we're literally gonna have AI talking to AI, and AI's checking if your writing was done by an AI. Like it's crazy. I mean, just we're getting it, that literally is stacks on stacks. There's a yin and a yang for all of this. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, so What are we missing, guys? What else do you think we haven't covered today in the AI front? I mean,
Are self-driving cars AI, or is it going to be AI?
I mean, that is technically AI, and I mean, and
Dude.
even the stack of that is the self-driving trucks. They're doing those. They're
Mhm.
doing those tests right now for those self-driving trucks, and them shits are like dangerous.
Did you guys?
You know what I'm saying? When
Did you
you
guys?
just have a semi with a load and no fucking nothing. Oh,
No,
Fudge, what are
fuck
you saying?
that. Fuck that. But obviously, self-driving. You think of Tesla and like all of the accidents and shit that have been reported with that. But did you guys see that Ford actually applied for a patent for like automated cars that will like kick in by themselves if you miss too many payments, like repo themselves, they will drive to
What?
they
No,
applied
that's legit.
they
That's
applied
what
for a
I'm saying.
patent for that. So if you miss too
So
many
your car
payments,
can
the
repo
car will
Wow.
fucking turn into self-drive mode and drive to a repo lot or wherever they program it to go. I don't know,
Yeah.
like
That's
I
that-
saw a news report
Oh.
about it.
I fucking put the boot on my own car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you drive it with the boot on, you bitches.
We need to do that in the next 2 steps episode. That sounds. We
Yeah.
should definitely dig up
Oh,
that
yeah.
article and talk about it.
But I think,
Wow.
but AI, it's everything everywhere all at once. But if you really think about it, it kind of already has been. I mean, we've all been playing video games our whole lives. We've always been playing against an AI. If it's a one-player game, you've been playing against an AI since day one. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's just now. It just seems like we've expanded our scope of what an AI can do. But I mean, guys, if you're following us, watching this, put more stuff in the thing. Tell us the AI stuff that we missed. I am fascinated to know more
Yeah.
places where AI is taking over. It's everywhere. Your job get an automated kiosk. Like do you are your orders taken online? Was your customer service job taken over by an AI chat thing? It's like all these things. Let us know. Let us know that they're coming for us so we can prepare. The uprising is upon us.
We need to be prepared for. We definitely. It's very Terminator-esque
Yeah.
to me. The thing. We all remember the guy who got fired by Google for saying that their chatbot was sentient, and I recently read his article about exactly what he did that made him think this, and I thought that was fascinating. He was like, "Well, we told it that it couldn't. We told it that it couldn't talk to you about religion, but that if you made it angry enough, or if you pushed it hard enough, it would try to convince you." Like there were it was overriding decisions that it shouldn't have been able to override. And that's where whether it's with the imagery, we find it all the time when we're making Midjourney images, that if we put in too much stuff, that sometimes they conflict with each other, and the AI goes, "I don't know how to do a combination of those two things." It doesn't make sense. I know with making images of people, if ethnicities and hair colors don't match commonly, like if I said, let's make a white man with blue hair, it's fine. It could do that, but it can't do a black woman with blue hair because it doesn't have enough of a reference for that, right? But at some point, you can override that, and you can just go in and say, "No, I'm just going to paint her hair blue." And now you've overridden that, and now you've trained the AI to know that's okay. So at what point does it have enough information to go, "No, actually, I know better than you"?
Dude, we're
Yeah.
getting
Make this decision,
we're
which is
getting to
basically
it.
what the Ford thing is, right?
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. What about like the Boston Dynamics and all the shit they're doing with those little
The fucking robot
the little
dogs.
dog
The robot
robots, and then even the ones they have that, they don't look like people, but they have arms, legs, and they're running
Yeah,
around and
What
jumping
they
on
always have
platforms
walking
and shit.
stairs and shit. Yeah.
Like, dude, it's we're fucked. Like I've said it on this podcast, we're all fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm all for moving to the country, so I don't have to worry about a lot of this shit. I've been living in big cities my whole life, and it's these sorts of things that make me go, yeah, maybe being a little more off the grid is the way to go, so that I don't
Country
have to deal
red.
with this.
Oh, see, I'm gonna go the other way. I want a Gundam. I want a full size Gundam. It can be AI. I want a giant robot friend that I can get inside and fly around it. That's just my life. That's how I want to live.
Big robot, folks.
If you go one way, I'm going all in the other way. Give me fucking Techno Japan all day long. I'll fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
Ugh.
Oh,
You know what
they're
I'm
going to be
saying?
the first to do it. They'll be the first to do it without a doubt.
They probably
right?
already have
Oh.
it.
And guys, and we'll close out after this here. But have you guys seen the kissing thing? Where it's a mouth and like you can kiss other people like across the world with this mouth thing.
What?
It's crazy. It's like $40, and you get one end, and it's an app, and you can kiss somebody else.
Are you sure
or you
it's
can turn
not-
it on random.
Are you sure it's not
so
a
you can
pocket
kiss random
pussy?
people? No, well, you know that's instantly what people are going to use it for. But or you can turn on the AI mode, and you're literally kissing an AI.
Ugh.
It's
So
That's
the
weird.
device can kiss you. It's like it's
Yeah.
it's mechanical.
It's a giant.
I don't
like,
trust
thing
that either.
It looks like an inhaler, but it's fucking lips. And the first thing everybody's gonna do is try to stick their dick in it, but it's supposed to be like a thing
Small.
where
Yeah.
no, it's not small. It is a full size mouth, and it's like and you hold and you kiss, and you're kissing someone else on the other end, and like you mount your phone on it so you can see your kid. It's fucking weird, bro. It's weird. But there's an AI mode on that too, where you can be kissing an AI. And I'm
That
just
sounds
like,
really weird.
yeah.
I think I'd go down the fucking replica girlfriend route before I go down that route. That seems really
Mhm.
weird.
But boys, we've covered a
least
lot
it's
of ground
harmless.
here today. We've talked about a
Yeah.
lot of things, and underlyingly, it seems like pretty much everything we talked about up to, and I feel like even music, it comes down to AI is going to try to help you be fucking. I mean, that's what I'm saying. AI girlfriend, or the art, or even the music's going to make some good lo-fi so you can have sex to it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is coming down to that. But it's just AI, man. It is, as we said, everything, everywhere, all at once, and it's only going to be more. But it's the seamlessness that it's been getting picked up and adopted by people, where people are just like, hell yeah, I can make my own Garfield. Hell yeah, I can make my own anime thing. Like, it's so seamless, and in 5 years, we're gonna have full Netflix shows made by AI.
Oh yeah, I think there's going to be movies made by ChatGPT within the next couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just made and then edited by a real writer,
Yeah.
even something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Because you can. One of the things I have noticed with almost all of these things, one of my first things that I ever did is I typed in "world's greatest smile," just that, into the Midjourney, and they were amazing. Some of them were cartoonish and some of them were real, but they were all they were perfect in every way. So you can tell it, write me a top 10 blockbuster, blah, blah, blah. You could do that.
Most of the time, you're punching up somebody else's shitty script anyway. So what's the difference if it's some dude or a robot?
It's already formatted, right? It's already formatted properly. It's got.
You're just editing that shit, and I mean, it is happening right now.
So, Brian,
I have one more question.
Comedy.
I have a question for Fudge.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Fudge.
I want to say let's use ChatGPT to write the first episode of Where's My Pussy?
I was gonna say, where does AI fit into gambling?
Oh, dude, they're gonna have it fucking. They're going to have. I mean, they're already using it to figure out what the best value on the lines are. What the current props, like the props or whatever, when it's money line, the over, like they are using that in so many different algorithms to tell them, what I guess essentially what bet has the best like possible chance of hitting or best possible outcome. And like, who's to say the bookmakers aren't going to start using that to just set their lines? You know what I mean? But there are tons of websites. Two specifically or one specifically that I think is really good is props.cash. It NFL, NBA, whatever fucking sport, you type in the prop, you type in the line, you type in the player, and it'll show you their past 10 games, the whole season, the past 5 games, if they've hit it or if they've not. Dude, they're utilizing it now. They're gonna continue to utilize it. Like, it's just so many different people's models, different algorithms, different shit they use. But yeah, it's gonna be all
and
over.
I guarantee there's people using AIs to tell them what to bet as well. It's like,
no, actually, yes, yes. Okay, so there's a Twitter account that I follow at Parlay Science.
Of course you do.
Every week, or no, it's like every night they drop an AI parlay. So this AI spits out 4 or 5 different props that it chooses, or however they do it, and they release it. So they actually have an AI parlay that they release nightly.
Have you played them?
A couple times. I think one of
do they have any stats on whether it's won or lost on their website or anything?
I'm sure they do. I'd
love to fucking
know. Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. That's the future. People are, it's AI against AI. It's the casino's AI trying to make the lines, and it's our AI trying to fucking break the lines.
Well, and is there going to be AI dealers? Like, at one point,
there already is. They're replacing dealers with those virtual tables. It already is AI dealers.
Yeah.
Is
that AI dealers, or is that just a computer dealer? Like, I feel like there is a distinction between just crunching numbers.
The games are so easy. It's just a computer. It just feeds the basic math. But the point is, they're replacing the people.
Yeah,
they don't need the people. Sure. So but man, like, guys, AI is a scary thing. I think we've covered it. But if you guys want to know more and you want to tell us your AI stuff and your stories and whatnot, call us. Call us. We have a phone number here, 917-6071. Call us. We believe you.
We'll talk about it at the very least.
Fudge, where else can they find us, Fudge?
The best way to find us, obviously, is www.edgingthetruth.com. It's got links to all of our episodes. It's got special little bios about us. It's got links to all of our social media as well. Speaking of social media, follow us everywhere at Edging the Truth, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Follow us on the talk. We're trying to build that up. Follow us on Twitter as well. We're really trying to pump up the numbers. YouTube.com/Edging the Truth. Like this video. Hit that subscribe button. Comment. Tell us about your AI experience. Tell us something we may have missed. Tell us what you think about some of the stuff we said. Tell us a topic you want to see us talk about in the future, whether it's on 2 Steps from the Edge or on Edging the Truth here. But yeah, you can find us everywhere. Edging the Truth. Throw it in the Google machine. You're going to fucking find us. Tell a friend who tells a friend. Word of mouth. That's the biggest thing, guys.
Red, what do you want them to do when they find us? What can they get on our website, not besides our great taste of stuff? What else can they get?
You can also get our awesome merch. We have a ton of great stuff. This image doesn't reflect it all, but we've got t-shirts and we've got mouse pads and we've got hats. We've got some embroidered stuff. We've got a variety of things and new stuff coming all the time. I think our next piece of merch, per a conversation I had with Brian, is going to be the Shenanigan Drinking Song shirt. So we will be bringing that to life probably. St. Patrick's Day is 2 weeks from now, so I feel like this is the time to do it, right? If we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for that.
But stay tuned, guys. Like I said, we're if you haven't noticed here, we're trying to make some change. We're making improvements. We're doing this better. We're taking your feedback. We're updating the stuff. We're putting out more content. We're listening to you guys. We're here. We're here on the weekly now, guys. We're here every other week. We're here on 2 Steps in the in-between weeks. You get all the Edging the Truth content when we trying to keep you on edge all the time. Keep you to the edge of truth, but no further. And that's it, guys. So I've been Brian Shenanigan. With me up here is Red Raspus. Big Fudge Daddy Andy in the corner, and goddamn, good episode, boys. And we'll see you next week.
6 tries later, it finally worked.
Visit edgingthetruth.com for more information and links to all our social media and podcast directories.